If you've clicked on this video, it's very likely that someday you have plans to invest in property. You may already be investing in property, but you might have limiting beliefs that tell you you can't do it, you don't know how to do it, it might happen someday, but you don't know how it's going to happen. In this video, I'm going to take you guys through the one change I made in order for me to achieve HMO success and move on to be a property developer. If you stay on to the end of the video, I'll be able to give you 5 tips on how you can do the same. Hey friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelvin. I am a chartered surveyor and project manager. I've been in the industry now for 10 years due to my career as a project manager. This channel is all about documenting the highs and lows of property investing for those interested in property and all things built environment. So let's get into it. What is a limiting belief? Well, first off, it's actually in the title. Limiting beliefs are usually rigid convictions or negative terms we place on ourselves, and unless we dictate or change our way of thinking, they just remain with us. These can come from a number of different places. Family, personal experiences in life, sometimes our teachers or educational mentors, people that are around us and have a big influence on us. And sometimes just stuff we just take on in the world allow us to come up with these limiting beliefs. I'm not sure whether that sounds familiar, but I believe every one of us has at some point in our life had some sort of limiting belief. The key thing is some people are able to experience limiting belief, allow it to come in one ear and out the other, whilst some of us keep harboring this limiting belief and just take it on as gospel. I can personally tell you about my story because I began with a lot of limiting beliefs myself. So back in 2018, I came across the world of property and investing. I understood there's so many different strategies, but I didn't know which one would best be suited. I came across the HMO strategy, which is investing in houses of multiple occupation, where you take a house, say a 5-bedroom house, and you rent each room individually. Unfortunately, I had no money of my own. So what I did is I convinced my mother to convert our 3-bed flat at the time into a 4-bed and rent it out to students in the local area. At the time, we didn't need a license, and all we needed to do was turn the living room into a bedroom by taking out the sofa and putting in a bed. Students were in a house, they shared a 1 bathroom, they were all a group of friends, and it worked amazingly. And even from this stage, I had a limiting belief because I'd done all this research, I'd thought about all the processes, done all the numbers, I contacted local estate agents, but I still, although I had the facts right in front of me, didn't believe that I could do it, didn't believe it would happen, and didn't believe mum would even agree to go ahead with me. But how I overcame this limiting belief was literally telling myself my goal, my reason why, my plan for life was bigger, and this was just a stepping stone. It's all about your mind and whether you're able to tell yourself you can get through. It all starts with having a reason why. However, it didn't stop there. I went to university, I finished my degree. It gets to the point where I was applying for so many different graduate schemes to get into the career of being in property. I applied for over 30 different companies and every single one was giving me no's. I got to second stage of interviews, I got more no's. It was up until the last company, which was Gerald Eve, based in London's West End, were the only company to give me a yes. However, whilst I had the limiting belief that I was rubbish, I wasn't good enough, I wouldn't get a job, I'd have to work in a supermarket stacking shelves, I still knew my reason why I was bigger and I continued persevering after getting 29 no's. All I needed was 1 yes. Sometimes in life, you have to go for no and collect no's as if it's a game. And before you know it, I got a yes. So there, to overcome that limiting belief, all I did was sacrifice. I had no social life for a bit. I made sure I had an Excel tracker to make sure I was tracking everything. And all I needed to do was get the 1 yes. Again, knocking out the limiting belief from my brain. So once I got the graduate scheme, I was now working in industry. Fast forward to 4 years down the line, I recorded all my experience from working alongside senior surveyors and was able to pass my assessment of professional competence, otherwise known as the APC, which is a test you sit before you become a chartered surveyor, and I passed on my first attempt. Later on down that year, mum decided that we wanted to sell the house that we had been renting as a HMO. We knew we wanted to continue with the HMO model, so I looked into areas for us to basically reinvest the money. I had a limiting belief here because I knew there was a lot at stake, so I got educated. I got onto a HMO course specifically because I wanted to get better at this model, i.e. growing and scaling a HMO portfolio. Once I'd done the course, I then managed to put a business plan together to really understand what's going to be different about my business and how am I going to set myself apart from everyone else. After taking several trips up north from London to Manchester, I realized that numbers and everything worked, Manchester will be the investment location. However, even though I had my years of experience from working in the industry, my letters from becoming a chartered surveyor, and also having invested in myself and done a HMO specific course, which gave me all the knowledge I needed and more, I still had limiting beliefs that, who do you think you are? Why do you think you can invest in property? You're going to fail. You're going to lose all the family money and it's not going to work. This is an example of a limiting belief. Despite all my knowledge and experience, I still felt I had none of it. However, what got me through was my reason why. My reason why is that I'm trying to retire mum. I'm trying to live a life that I don't trade my time for money. And I'm also wanting to be an active father. So my work now is going to allow me to have the life in the future that I'm looking for. So having a clear reason why, there was nothing able to come in front of me that was going to stop me. I went to Manchester, we found a property, and that's what I've been documenting ever since. I'll leave a link above this for those that haven't seen the progress videos of that today. Hopefully there you can see, even though I have managed projects up to 35 million in construction value, I still had these limiting beliefs. But the one change that I was able to implement in myself was that I would not let my limiting beliefs limit me. Instead, I would counteract these limiting beliefs and push through, because we all have this voice in our head and we just need to push through. I want to give you guys 5 different tips on how you can counteract your limiting beliefs. Okay, so step 1 is identify, challenge, and replace. In order to know where we want to go, we need to first identify what are our limiting beliefs. Once we understand these, we then need to challenge them. Why are they there? Are they based on facts or assumptions? And what are we going to do about it? To do something about it, we need to replace this limiting belief. We will replace the limiting belief by replacing it with a positive affirmation. And once you've replaced this limiting belief for something more positive, the key part is to keep telling yourself or repeating it to yourself to get this instilled in your brain. Step 2, set realistic goals for yourself. So a lot of us are goal driven, but if you have a larger goal, sometimes break this larger goal into smaller, perhaps quarterly goals. This will allow you to work towards things that are smaller, which in turn will help you build to the bigger goal. Think about it. When you break things down this way, you will slowly grow confidence, which will eventually shift your way of thinking and your belief system. So step 3 is visualize success and practice self-compassion. It really helps sometimes when you actually close your eyes and think of you actually achieving this thing. Once you've done that and you can actually begin to feel it, you then allow yourself the confidence to move towards a thing. Another thing is, we all need to practice a lot of self-compassion. A lot of us are hard on ourselves. We're all working to be better. Sometimes we just need to say, you know what? The limiting belief may be there, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be better every single day. Okay, so step 4, surround yourself with positive people and also get educated. Oftentimes, if we have a lot of negative people around us, that can help empower and enforce limiting beliefs. Instead, surround yourself with positive people, people that power you up and tell you keep going even when you make a mistake. Sometimes we may not have these people in our lives, but it's also powerful to listen to positive podcasts, positive YouTube channels, anything that may not be in your immediate world, but you can still take positivity from. On top of that, sometimes with our limiting beliefs, it ultimately just comes down to not knowing enough about the thing. What I call the University of YouTube, look to get educated if that is the problem. Sometimes a few hours of deep work towards a topic can considerably make a change and allow you to have the confidence you need to move forward. And last but not least, step 5, take action. So the world of property is really daunting at times. It can be really lonely. And the most important thing for you to do is take action. Now, there's a thing called analysis paralysis, where you watch loads of videos, read loads of books, listen to loads of podcasts, but you don't take action. Action could be as simple as going to your first networking event, opening your mouth to say hello, doing a first social media post, getting on YouTube and watching some videos. Literally, it just means taking action. Step out of your comfort zone, because as we take action, we begin to achieve small wins, which will compound and then result in big positive wins. That's the end of today's video, guys. I hope these tips have been useful, as implementing these 5 strategies will allow you to break free from your limiting beliefs and move forwards towards success. I will also put a link up to another video of mine which goes through the harsh truths of HMO investing. If there's anything I covered in the video that you wasn't sure of, or any topics you'd like me to consider in the future, please leave a comment below. Also, if you'd like to get in touch to discuss anything property, you can reach out to me via DM on Instagram. I want to say thank you for watching and getting this far. See you on the next one.